Hey everyone, welcome back to English Everyday Podcast, the show where we make learning English easy, fun, and a part of your daily life. Today's episode is going to hit close to home because we're talking about family.
Hi everyone, and yes, family is one thing that connects us all, no matter where we're from. Whether your family is big, small, near, or far, they're an important part of your story.
Exactly. Family is more than just who we're related to. It's about traditions, memories, and even those little quirks that make us laugh.
And today we're sharing some of our favorite family moments, funny stories, and special traditions. Not only will it be entertaining, but you'll also pick up some great English understandings along the way.
That's right. Plus, Marco will join us later to explain some of the key words and phrases from our conversation, so stay tuned for that.
And don't forget to grab the free PDF in the description. It's packed with everything you need from today's episode. All right, let's dive in. Okay, let's kick things off with a fun question. Dave, what's your favorite family tradition?
Ooh, that's a tough one, but I'd have to say our Christmas gingerbread house tradition. Every year, my family tries to build the biggest, most outrageous gingerbread house. It's not just about making it look good, it's about making it bigger and crazier than the year before. Last year, it was so massive that we needed 4 people just to hold the roof in place while we glued it together with icing.
That sounds like a sugar-coated engineering project. Did it survive long enough to take pictures?
Barely. We managed to snap a few photos before it started to tilt like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and of course, as soon as we tried to move it to the dining table, the whole thing collapsed. But honestly, that's part of the fun.
So what do you do with all the broken pieces?
Well, my dog usually claims those as his prize. The moment he hears us say uh-oh, he knows his favorite part of the tradition has arrived. He sits there wagging his tail, waiting for the crumbs to hit the floor.
Sounds like your dog has fully embraced the tradition. Do you guys ever try to eat the gingerbread, or is it purely decorative?
We take a few bites here and there, but after spending hours building it, nobody really feels like destroying it on purpose. Plus, let's be honest, by the time it collapses, it's more of a sugar disaster than a dessert.
I love that. It's not about the result, it's about the memories. In my family, our favorite tradition is family game night. Every Friday, we all gather around the dining table with a huge bowl of popcorn, and I mean huge, like we need 2 bowls sometimes, and play board games until we're too tired to argue over the rules.
Oh, game nights are the best. Do you guys stick to the same games, or do you switch it up?
We play a mix, but Uno is definitely the family favorite. It's fun, fast-paced, and always sparks a ton of laughs. But it can get pretty intense, especially with my brother. He's like the Uno champion of the house.
Oh no, is he one of those players who holds on to a draw 4 card until the last second?
Exactly. He has this poker face that's so convincing. We're all sitting there thinking he's about to lose, and then suddenly he drops that card and shouts, "Uno!" It's so frustrating, but it's all part of the fun.
I can just imagine the tension in the room. Everyone on edge, waiting to see who's going to get hit with a draw 4.
I know, right? It's like a mini soap opera every week, but honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Speaking of fun, Dave, who's the most interesting person in your family?
Oh, hands down, my grandpa. He's like a walking history book with a sense of humor. He loves telling wild stories from his childhood, some of them so unbelievable that we're not sure if they're true or just his imagination. One of my favorites is about the time he accidentally entered a pie-eating contest at a local fair and ended up winning because he was so hungry.
Grandpas really do have the best stories. My grandma is just as fascinating. She's a total adventurer. She's traveled to over 20 countries and has a story for every single one of them.
Wow, that's amazing. Does she have a favorite place she's been to?
She loves Venice. She always talks about how she got lost in the maze of canals one evening and ended up at this local festival. She didn't speak the language, but somehow she ended up learning how to dance with a group of strangers. She says it was one of the best nights of her life.
Your grandma sounds like such a free spirit. That story makes me want to pack my bags and go on an adventure.
She's definitely an inspiration. Her stories remind me to step out of my comfort zone and try new things. But what about family quirks? Every family has those little things that make them unique.
Oh, we've got plenty. One of my favorites is our quirky birthday tradition. We sing happy birthday completely out of tune, on purpose. It's like a family competition to see who can sound the worst. By the end of the song, everyone's laughing so hard they can't even blow out the candles.
That's hilarious. In my family, we do something equally chaotic. After the birthday candles are blown out, we wrap the birthday person in leftover gift wrapping paper like a mummy. It's messy, but it's so much fun.
I love that. These little quirks might seem silly, but they're what make family life so special. They're the moments we cherish and laugh about for years.
Absolutely. Whether it's game nights, gingerbread houses, or birthday chaos, these traditions remind us of what really matters, spending time with the people we love. And sharing these stories not only helps us connect with others, but is also a great way to practice English.
Definitely true. And speaking of practice, let's bring in Marco to help us break down some of the key phrases we've used today. Marco, take it away.
It's vocabulary time with Marco.
Thanks, Dave. Hi, everyone. Here's some of the key vocabulary from today's conversation. Tradition. A tradition is something you and your family or community do regularly, often for special occasions. For example, Dave's family has a Christmas tradition of building gingerbread houses, and Sophia's family has family game night. Quirk. A quirk is an unusual or unique habit or characteristic. For example, Dave's family sings Happy Birthday out of tune, which is a quirky but fun tradition. Competitive. If someone is competitive, they enjoy competing and always want to win. Sophia mentioned her brother being super competitive when they play Uno. Collapses. To collapse means to fall down or break apart suddenly. Dave said their gingerbread house often collapses before they can eat it. Bond. To bond means to create a close relationship with someone. Sharing family stories and traditions helps people bond with each other. Listeners, try using these words in your own conversations. You could share a quirky tradition in your family or talk about how you bond with your loved ones. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Back to you, Dave and Sophia.
Thanks, Marco. That was super helpful. These words are so useful for talking about family and making conversations more natural.
Absolutely. And listeners, we hope this episode inspires you to think about your own family stories and traditions. What's something special or quirky about your family?
We'd love to hear from you. Share your stories with us in the comments. It's a great way to practice your English and connect with others.
And remember, the best way to improve your English is to make it a part of your everyday life. Practice with friends, family, or even by talking to yourself. It all helps.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a like and share it with your friends.
Yes, every conversation is a chance to learn. Keep practicing and keep sharing.
Check our playlist to improve your English even faster. Learning a new language while sleeping is one of the best methods, so give it a try.
Check the link in the description or just simply click on this middle screen. Happy learning, everyone. Bye for now.